Welcome to Capital Online TV News. I'm Angela Wamboi, and here's a look at the day's top stories. The Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission has allayed fears that the ICT infrastructure could have been compromised following the death of ICT manager Chris Msando. Msando was tortured before he was killed, and it is yet to be established whether the assailants wanted to extract information from him. Speaking when the commission received a message of condolence from the rights groups, the electoral body's chief executive officer, Ezra Chiloba, told Capital TV the ICT infrastructure is complex and cannot be entrusted to one person.
The system that we're going to deploy for the elections is a very complex system. It has servers, it has gadgets, it's got networks, it has people. So it's not a system that will entrust in the hands of one person. So it's not one person project. There's security components of that. So if you look at the structure of our ICT department, it's such that we have sections that deal with different components of that particular infrastructure. For purposes of the election, nothing has changed in terms of the infrastructure. The design is the same, the access is still the same. The security arrangements put in place to guarantee that we are secure for the elections. We are fairly okay on that. I think the fear that people might have is that, well, Chris is not with us, so the election is compromised. I can tell you, as chairman said, he was a team player. He was one among the many, and his greatest value. And I told him that when he joined the commission.
2 days after the mysterious death of the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission ICT manager Chris Msando, Kenyans are still trying to come to terms with the untimely death of a man charged with delivering credible elections to Kenyans. A cross-section of Kenyans who spoke to Capital TV gave mixed views on whether the IEBC can still deliver a credible election.
Mimi naona watadeliver kwa sababu Chebukati mimi naona yuko right. Na kitu imenifurahisha ni kwamba huyo jamaa alisacrifice ya Wakenya sababu alikufa bila kupeana hiyo password yake.
I don't think whether the IEBC will deliver a credible election since that the IT manager is no longer there. Reason being that he was the person who is in charge. But according to the statement given by the chairman yesterday, he says that the election will proceed as usual. But in my opinion, I don't think whether it will be credible.
On her part, Kenya National Commission on Human Rights Secretary Patricia Nyaundi, who spoke to Capital TV, appealed to the leadership of the Electoral Agency to come out and dispel any fears about the credibility of next week's polls following the untimely demise of Msando.
I think our expectation is that IEBC is an institution and that its processes are built around structures and therefore that it will be possible for them to regroup quickly and be able to now reconfigure their operations in light with the absence of Msando. It would be extremely unfortunate if we were led to believe by the institution itself that it is now unable to deliver on account of the unfortunate death or killing of Msando. So we are hoping, and I am confident in fact that the IEBC, because they're the best place to speak to that, will come out soon and allay those concerns on the part of the public.
The usually hard-fought hospital beds and county public health facilities lie empty as the nurses' strike enters its second month. The strike has been ongoing since June, when the nurses once again abandoned their duties for the streets to protest a delay in the execution of their pay demands. The strike has seen suspension of inpatient services in most hospitals, with patients forced to seek services from private facilities, and those that cannot afford paying for the private services are left with no choice but to go home unattended. And finally, with the general election just 6 days away, the Jubilee Party campaigned in Bungoma and Uasin Gishu counties, while NASA campaigned in Kisii. The respective presidential candidates campaigned as an InfoTrack poll showed NASA flag bearer Raila Odinga to be 1 point ahead of President Uhuru Kenyatta in popularity at 49%. Its last presidential poll, however, differed from the Ipsos, which showed President Kenyatta to be the leading candidate.
We either vote for development or we vote for our tribal cocoons. And you vote for your tribal cocoon, you are voting for poverty. You are voting for unemployment. You are voting for backwardness. Or we vote as a united people for progress, for jobs, for wealth creation, for equity. That is the choice that we have to make in the next election.
Maisha ni ngumu, ina milima na mabonde, na yakikuzidi ujikaze usikonde. Usihangaike na ya nyuma, angalia mbele, elekeza maisha yako, wewe ndio dere. Na washanare, fire fire, ya kuwa kishagare, washa washa, kutupeleka mbali. Sasa tuko highway, tuko highway. Sasa midereva, I am ready for whatever.
I am ready for whatever.
And whatever the weather.
And whatever the weather.
We can do it anyway. And whatever we do it better. 'Cause whatever we do together. And whatever we say it better. And we say it so way. Say it so way. Now I shanare. Fire, fire. Ya kuwa kishagare. Washa, washa. Kutupeleka mbali. Sasa tuko highway. Tuko highway. Twasambaza mwangaza. I see the light.
And that's a wrap-up of the day's top stories. I've been your host, Angela Wamboi. For more on these and other stories, log on to www.capitalfm.co.ke/TV.